going to go to a position of control called the spiral ride. And so, okay, so this hand is going to go to this far shoulder, but through this arm, as if it were an underhook. I'm staying tight to him here, still covering this hip. That's important. So these are my two points of strong contact. And then I'll bring this knee back in here. So hands away from them, up towards the wall. So especially for like a smaller person, like me, rolling, I mean, I'm usually always the smallest person in my rolls, so I have to use little techniques that give me like advantages in regards to leverage. So this is one way I'll use, or one technique I'll use to break down a strong turtle if they're being really tight, with not letting me establish hooks or open any kind of space here. What I'm going to do is you'll notice I'll take my heel and I'll put it here in between his feet. And I'm going to dig, I'm going to bring his heel into my butt. It's, you can see him moving. It's pretty rough on your, has his knee okay? Yeah. Okay, I won't force it too much. It's pretty rough on your knee, so you, the guy on bottom usually has to respond to this or get his back taken, which is what we're hoping for. So I'm here tight on my spiral ride grip. This is pulling in, and I'm framing away. My pressure is away on his hips. The further out his hips are spread here, the more difficult it is for him to defend me inserting my hooks. So if I'm here, I'm pulling this heel tight. I'm being nice now. Just he has a bad knee, but if I really get this heel into my butt, it's gonna break this turtle down to where I can just insert that hook on the bottom there. So one more time on the spiral ride entry. So here, we got a hip to hip. With this hand under the near side arm over the far shoulder. And then this knee comes in, and it's super important I have constant pressure on this outside leg. This is keeping me attached to him. So if he rolls this way, I'm rolling with him. If he tries to face me, I'm still controlling. I'm controlling him initiating both turns. Boom, heel goes here. Being nice here, but you see he's already trying to figure out how to respond to this. But all I want to do is make that knee light, which this lever does, and so he's coming to me. It takes no effort to insert this hook. I mean, I'm small. If I pull a big guy's heel to my butt like that to maintain the spiral ride, it takes no strength to slide that hook in there. This way. Okay, so boom. Got this. So from here, when I take the back here, it's my preference that I take him all the way through to this dark side back control, which is the underhook side being on the bottom and then my head being under his. And this is where we're going to work from. So from here, I like, again, I mean, there's thousands of different ways to maintain back control, but this is just my preference. And what I like is my bottom hook as deep and crossbody as possible, and I like to be stomping on this upper hip here. This underhook hand is going to go over the fingers to maintain control of this arm, not here because he's strong here. If he just pushes away, yep, that's easy. If he pushes away here, a lot more difficult. And if he does, you just recapture it. So from here, the first attack we're going to do, a lot of you guys will probably find especially deep into your roll. When you're hand fighting here, your forearms and your hands and biceps maybe get so burned out that it's difficult for you to even finish a choke when you get it. So what I like to do is the first thing I'll go to is taking this arm, this top arm out of play. And so for this to work well, it's very important that I maintain this ear-to-ear connection, and that from this particular back control, my head is in between the mat and his head. I don't want to talk into his ear, so I'll be right here, but if this were a live roll, we'd be here. So there's no chance of him getting his shoulders to the mat or his head to the mat. So from here, I'm going to lift this leg that's stomping on the hip. I'm going to come up and put my heel, depending on what he gives me, I like the bend of the elbow, and then I'm going to kick this arm off. And then the top of my foot, they call it hiding your shoelaces, are going to peel away and then come back towards me as far as I can go up the small of his back. And the top of my foot is just going to be hidden on his back. If I don't do that, I just trap the foot here and leave it, then he just pummels his hand back in and it's back. So I need to emphasize hiding my foot there. Okay, so one more time from the, all right, so boom, underhook, far side shoulder, keep his leg up, insert my hook, boom, here, going to the fingers, this hand, here, want to take it out of the mix, so boom, I need my ear to ear here, and so to finish from here, I just reach as far away, and then without him doing it, you want to puff your chest out, and then I just try to keep my hand where it is and hide my elbow behind his back. So from here, you can stomp your foot or something, because you got his hands tied, so it's hard to tell. Anybody have any questions on that?
How you do that choke? Like,
one more time. So from here, I'm on the fingers with the bottom hand, boom, hiding my shoelaces. This hand reaches as far away as I can.
oh, okay.
And then just opening my chest out at the same time I'm trying to hide my elbow behind his shoulder. But my hand's staying in the same place, because if I'm here and I let my hand move and I'm just turning, I'm just sawing him across his neck. So I have to keep my hand in the same place, turn in big chest. It takes nothing. It just sucks pretty bad.
Which way you turn?
Away from him, but the hand has to stay in the same place. It's not going to be a dramatic turning motion.
Yeah.
The choke, you're going to get the choke. That's just, I get what you should visualize, if that makes sense. So if I'm here,
yeah,
my hand's staying here, my elbow's out in front, I don't want to bring it behind his shoulder. And so I'm just like this,
and this gone.
with a big chest.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Okay.
You saw that passy tap, that was 0 effort.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try it.
Good, let's try that.